Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about that Nintendo Direct that just ended about 30 seconds ago, because I watched it. I woke up early, drank my coffee, and just locked in. I gotta say that the last couple Nintendo Direct partner showcases, just to me, haven't been that entertaining. But this one, my two favorite things in the entire universe are Resident Evil and Final Fantasy. And not only do we have both a Resident Evil game and a Final Fantasy game, they both look incredibly good, but other than that, this was a pretty boring showcase. I'm not going to give it a lower rating as some of the other ones. This one definitely wasn't like a 3 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, but it was not great. Let's discuss. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I think part of the reason that the way I sort of judge this, in case you're a new watcher of the channel, the way I kind of judge showcases in general is the entertainment value, is me watching it. It's not just the amount of games we're getting and stuff. It's kind of just what in this is actually getting me excited about the system. Does this make me excited that I bought a Nintendo Switch 2? To be honest, no. A lot of this was just straight up just, you know, here's a game montage, here's another game montage, here's another game montage, here's retro games you don't want to buy. There was so much anime stuff in this. I'm not even joking. They literally paused the presentation and said, anime time, and just showed a bunch of anime games in a row. Now, maybe you like all these anime games. I really don't. I don't know what Kyoto Xanadu is. I don't know much about Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm sure these games are great, but I'm just not in the mood for that, right? So this was an interesting showcase in general because there wasn't really any surprises in the typical sense. A lot of people kind of expected, because, you know, it's the 40th anniversary of Zelda, somebody thought we'd get Twilight Princess or something, right? This was very, very safe presentation. Hey, even more Bethesda ports. Yay, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I mean, I think I played about 45 hours of that on PS5 last year and about 10 hours of it on Xbox. As much as I love Oblivion, I'm probably not buying this again. Oh yeah, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. Yeah, anybody who knows anything about that. This game was so bad when they released this edition of it. Like, Fallout 4 is a good game. The Anniversary Edition is so busted, they'd release not only multiple patches, but multiple apologies over it. So I gotta admit that I'm a little bit surprised they're like even releasing this so soon, but hey, there it is. It's all 6 of the expansions, hundreds of creator club things. It's odd. But, you know, some of the stuff, you know, great, Indiana Jones. I wanted to talk about something I feel like the games they showed today, I think they're trying to sort of fulfill the promise of the Nintendo Switch 2, right? The graphics of the Nintendo Switch 1 were bad. They're straight up bad. I love my Nintendo Switch 1. I've spent a lot of years traveling, loving my Nintendo Switch 1. But I think anybody can agree the Nintendo Switch 1 didn't exactly have like groundbreaking, crazy 4K assets, right? So I think a lot of this presentation was coming out and saying, here's games that now are possible to run on the Nintendo Switch 2. This trailer was absolutely insane. Honestly, I think Requiem looks like the best game of all time. I'm extremely excited to see Leon coming back, but I gotta admit that it almost felt like part of this was sort of just saying, look, we can do this now. This is now the era where you can have straight up crazy, crazy, crazy actual graphics, actual shadows, actual lightings and reflections and stuff on essentially a portable system. And to me, that's pretty rad. Oh, great. Why did I even put that one up on there? Okay. Some of the games, though, I thought looked strangely bad. This is the only game that looked extremely bad, so I'm purposely putting this in here because I want to use it as an example. I would say that 95% of the graphics they showed during this look crazy shockingly good. This was the one that was very odd. These are not just blurry screenshots. The game is very, very, very blurry. This is Valheim, and as you could tell, it looks like it's running at about 480p. It looks so bad. It's so strange. To the point when this was up on the screen, I was watching like the live stream of it. There was literally the whole comment section was saying blurry, blurry, blurry. It is weird they even decided to show this because I'm curious about stuff like this, right? There were leaks from Nate the Hate, the world's best leaker right now. Nate the Hate said straight up, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. It's actually coming out on June 3rd, which is absolutely insane. I'm still in the camp. I love Final Fantasy VII. It's my favorite game of all time, right? I love Remake Part 1. I love Remake Part 2. But the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII is next year, and I'm still very much on that cope train that we're going to get the end of the remake trilogy next year. And it sounds like the next and final piece, it sounds like we could get the whole trilogy coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 1 year. But this game, when it launched as a PS5 exclusive, very famously, the game looked kind of rough. Just in the fact that it was such a crazy graphical pushing game. This has maybe some of the best combat of any game of all time, legitimately. So I was kind of nervous about if they're bringing Rebirth, a straight up made for PS5 game, to the Nintendo Switch 2, how many sacrifices have to be made, right? How much do you really have to compromise on quality? And I gotta say that, yes, this is hard locked at 30 FPS. Yes, it looks like it's probably running between like 900 and 1080p, but this still looks surprisingly good to me, right? I don't know. It's the worst version of it graphically, but I'm still sort of excited to play through it again. I love Rebirth so freaking much. To me, this is one of those impossible ports. I always love that term, impossible ports. This, to me, is the coolest thing they showed. The fact that it's already coming out is so crazy to me, but they showed a lot of stuff during the whole of this presentation that, to me, I'm just not really excited about. I feel like I was excited about Pragmata. The more we see of it, though, the less I kind of care. It's a third-person puzzle space shooting game. You could do stuff like whenever you're trying to target people, you like hack their armor to open them up and shoot them. This kid's like a little AI robot ChatGPT laser beam thing. Yay. Oh yeah, Turok Origins. I keep forgetting this game even exists. They keep teasing it. Brother, I don't really know why you're trying to do a gritty, realistic Turok when the whole fun of it was that it was like pretty much a cartoonish game. So much of this entire presentation was games that they're like, hey, here's a project you didn't know about. And then when I see it, I'm like, okay, I still don't really know if I need to know about it. Oh, look, here's a hide-and-seek dinosaur game. Yes, I'm completely serious. Tokyo Scramble is a game where you're in a subway in Tokyo, it collapses, and dinosaurs are hunting you. And if you get seen, you get eaten. Project Elliot. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. You know, I'm sure this is going to be great. It's the HD 2D games. I love a lot of these by Square Enix. A lot of this presentation, it just felt like it wasn't for me. And I guess that's fine. But I'm just saying that from an entertainment aspect, as a guy who buys a lot of Nintendo games, as a guy who buys a lot of games on every system, a lot of these games I just kind of felt like, oh, okay. Indiana Jones, not a bad game. Oblivion, not a bad game. I just wish they'd had some big surprise. Here's Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition. Here's some sort of like, even just a shot of Link picking up a sword. Something that said, hey, in our future presentation, we're going to be showing you what Link's up to on his 40th anniversary. But instead, it was kind of just a wet fart. But that's been my thoughts. How do you feel about this Nintendo Direct, and which games do you want to buy most? Tell me it's not Fallout 4. Thank you so much for watching, gamers. If you could please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. Oh, lordy, oh my god, I am tired as hell, I'll be honest with you. But we are awake, and we are locked in.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.